All right, I'm on. All right, you guys, it looks like I am on the live stream. Let me just move my camera a little bit. That's a little bit of a weird angle. Let me just move it down a little bit. Tell me who's on, guys who are watching. So when it was on, because I probably know most of you guys. Just move this camera down a little bit. This is a much better camera quality, but I am not a big fan of the camera on my Chromebook, so I'm using a webcam. All right, so guys, just message who's on because I want to know who's on. But you know what? Let's get started. I have some notes written down. This is how I organize my notes, you guys. I'm just been going over some of the moments I liked in the movie, some of the moments I didn't. I mean, some of the moments I liked, some of the moments that were mixed, some of the moments I thought were bad. This is really how I wrote my notes. Good, 3 things. Mixed, 1 thing. Bad, the rest of the movie. The bad, I didn't hate, like absolutely hate everything in the bad. It's just like things I thought were just like weird or whatever. So I'm gonna start off with the good. I'm gonna put this down. Start off with the good. The return of Han Solo in one scene in the movie. There is a scene in the movie where Kylo Ren, he's like debating if like he should go to read the dark side or not, and like he's like very angry. Like Rey just saved him. Like with the healing force power, which I'm not gonna get. That's actually in my mixed aspects. But they use like a healing power. All right, Jaden, just stop. Oh my god, Han Solo is one of my favorite characters, and oh my god. All right, so Kylo Ren is like debating like he should join the Force, like go to the good side, move to stay on the dark side. And then he looks behind him and somebody says son. And I was like, in the theater, I was like, is this what I think it is? Is this who I think it is? And he turned around, Han Solo was there. It wasn't actually Han's like the actual live Han Solo. It's kind of like a ghost, but not like a Force ghost because he doesn't have the Force. But they showed him and like as like a ghost sort of, and kind of like a spirit. But he didn't have like any like the Force ghost thing. It was just like actually like Han Solo, which is a little bit weird, but still so awesome to see him again. I was just so happy that he just came back for even just one scene, because Harrison Ford has admitted he hates Star Wars. He does not like Star Wars, but at least he like I don't know why he doesn't have like the movie that made him popular, but he came back for just that one scene, and I was like, yes. I was so happy with that. I was like, oh my god, yes. I was like, this is perfection. It was weird how it was done, but I was like, I don't care. But yeah, that Han Solo reveal was amazing. It was so awesome. He did it so unexpectedly, and it was just amazing. I could probably make this entire live stream about that, but I'm gonna move on to the next thing, which was the final battle. For most of the part, it was really cool that all the ships came in, and like because Rey was confronting Palpatine, which yeah, Palpatine does come back in this movie very weirdly. Don't explain it. That's part of my bad. But she like comes in, and to where all right, she comes in to confront Palpatine, and then Palpatine's like, you gotta join the dark side, and everybody's cheering her. Like, I will get to that when I get to the bad, just so you know. When she gets to the dark side, I might even go over that here, just by the way. But when she gets to the dark side, I mean, not when she gets there. When he's trying to convince her to go to the dark side, Rey like tries to, but then like Kylo Ren stops. Well, Kylo Ren like they do that weird which I hated too. They do that like thing from the Last Jedi where they can talk to each other when they're not near each other. I hated that. But they do that, and they're like talking to each other like through like force communication or whatever. It's stupid. And Rey like holds out her lightsaber, and I hate this. This is actually part of the bad, by the way. And she like gives it to Kylo Ren, like even when they're not near each other, and they do like she like hands it over to him. It was so stupid. But that's actually like a bad thing. But the rest of the fight was amazing. I guess for the most part. They do they basically like it's like a huge fight. Everybody from like Lando Calrissian, who else? Even John Williams, I think, was in that scene. He was the composer of all 9 Star Wars Skywalker Saga movies. He's been composing it since the first movie in 1977. All right, I'll talk about that. So she did fight with her lightsaber, but she brought 2 of them, which one that Luke gave her, like earlier, like before the final fight, and like Force Ghost Luke gave her, and one that like Luke said he had a lightsaber that like Leia had when they were training, which was another cool scene, by the way. Scene in the movie where Rey, actually it's a flashback scene where Leia and Luke like trained like before like they like basically like train like before like the events, I guess, of like this new trilogy, and like they did a weird thing like with Princess Leia, kind of like they did in Rogue One, where it's like the CGI face. I just hate when they do that in movies nowadays, but whatever. They did that. That was a cool scene, and apparently that was the lightsaber she used when she fought him. Luke had a lightsaber and she had her own lightsaber, and Luke was like, I think I have a leftover lightsaber from Leia, and he gave her an extra one, and then because I guess he like sensed the future and he said, you're gonna need it. So she had 2 lightsabers on her when she did that. She just took out the other one when she gave him the lightsaber. But the rest of the fight was amazing. Like the fact that Lando Calrissian, John Williams, who composed the score for all 9 Star Wars movies, was one of the starfighter pilots. The guy from one of the starfighters I heard from the original trilogy, I forget what his name was in the fight. So amazing. That was awesome. And then like another cool thing though. Like Rey is like beat from Palpatine, like Kylo Ren like got crushed. Like she's on the ground. He didn't die though. Yet. He didn't die yet. She's on the ground and she's like, I don't know if I could do this. And she's looking up into the sky, and literally space, like the opening logo, like that kind of space, like shows in the background. It's like people, like Force people talking, like, who are these people I've read about online? So in this scene, like a bunch of like people are encouraging her to like fight, and it's like, Rey, you got to do this, you got to do this, you got to. I found something very interesting. Like it's like voices talking to her, but like while the space is showing, space is showing. Who was in that scene? Like who did voice work in that scene was Hayden Christensen who played Anakin in the prequels. Apparently, Ahsoka from the Clone Wars animated series was a voice. Freddie Prinze Jr., who played Kanan or Candon. I think it's Kanan. Yeah, Kanan from the Star Wars Rebel series. He did a voice in that scene. And even Frank Oz, who voices Yoda, apparently did. And like they're trying to like convince her, and they're like, you got to use the Force, and then she convinces her to get up, and she just like kills Palpatine. Like she like puts those two lightsabers together, one from Kylo Ren, which flew off of him, and then the one from her, which also flew off her. She like brought him back with the Force, and this was awesome. She like put them together, and she was just like moving forward towards him. That was awesome. That was really cool. But then at the end, which I hated, I gotta talk about it though. Kylo Ren and Rey are together, sitting down. And like it looks like Rey's dead, and then Kylo uses the Force healing power on her, and then she just looks up at him, and I'm like, "Don't do what I think you're gonna do! Don't do what I think you're gonna do!" Kylo looks at her, I'm like, "No!" They kiss each other, and I'm just like, "No! Why, bad guy? Why?" And I was just like, "No, this can't happen." I'm like, evil, good. And Kylo Ren does turn good at the end, which I didn't like either, because I never like when bad guys turn good in movies, even though Darth Vader did. I never wasn't a huge fan of that either. But I was just like, everybody in our theater was like, I'm done. And then it was so, oh my God, that moment was so bad. Ugh. That still hurts my brain. And what the weird thing is, they were like connecting with each other, but not like in like a relationship way in the previous movies. This movie, they had none of that either, and they were just like, let's have him. And I was just like, why? I was just like, why did you have to do that? Oh my god, why did that have to happen? So bad. Rest of the fight was amazing. No, that end fight scene was amazing. Another good thing, Lando. Hold on 1 second. Okay, that can't happen. I forgot to mention that Kylo Ren dies. So what happens is they kiss each other, and when they kiss each other, like I guess he like gave all her power to her, and he dies, which was so stupid. It was so dumb that they even did that. Like when they kiss each other, it's just like goodbye, and sorry, and just dies. It was so stupid, and that scene just made me cringe. I was just, oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, that was so bad. Oh my god. But the rest of the fight was amazing. Third best thing, last good thing, Lando. Didn't have that much screen time in the movie. Just awesome to see him. So what happened was they were in this like this carnival or whatever. There was like this festival going on, which is another bad part of the movie. It kind of reminded me of the cantina scene from episode 8. Not the cantina, the casino scene from episode 8. Yeah, that's how bad I thought this festival scene was. It wasn't as bad as that, but it got close. They did like all the Imperials are trying to track him down, and then like they're like fighting each other off. Then a guy comes out, like, and you can hear his voice, and like he's in the helmet. I'm like, he's like, "Come with me." And I'm like, is that Lando? Because I knew he was going to be in the movie. He was in the trailers. But then he's like in a mask, and they go into this thing, and then they're like, who are you? Takes off his mask. I just did that. And it was Lando Calrissian. I really like that. And I just really like that in the movie. I thought he was really cool. It just seemed cool to see him again. And yeah. Now, hold on. Yes, Chewbacca was in the movie. I thought he was going to die at one point, but he didn't. He got captured, but he didn't die. But they saved him. All right, now it's time to move on to the mixed. There's one mixed thing I have. The healing power. So I know I have not watched the last 3 episodes of The Mandalorian, but I heard that the reason that they put out the last episode of The Mandalorian, this week's episode, on Wednesday is because they apparently used the Force healing power in it. And that's from what I've heard. And in this movie, they use it. And at first, I was like, why is this even a thing? It progressed the plot, yes, but I was like, why? But then after I found out that was like actually part of the expanded universe, I was like, I feel a little bit better about it. I'm like, I heard they used it in the expanded universe. I don't feel great about it, but I feel a little bit better about it. But apparently, it was in the new episode of The Mandalorian, which I haven't seen yet. I plan to watch them tonight. I plan to watch it, the last 3 tonight. I promise. I'm gonna review the entire season when episode 8 comes out next week. So I gotta catch up. Yeah, that was a mixed thing for me. Now the bad, the rest of the movie. Okay, so Palpatine comes back. They don't explain how he comes back, but he comes back. It is so dumb. They're just like, yeah, he never really died. Let's just move on. And I was like, what? And the beginning of the movie, Kylo Ren's trying to find him. And just so you guys know, the movie revolves around this like triangular piece that they're trying to like. It wasn't really a big part of the movie, but it's like the piece that they like have out. There's like 3 of these pieces around the world, or like 2 or something, 2 or 1. It was like 2 or 3, and like it's like a track, kind of has a tracker in it, and they like shows them like where it was like somewhere something. I have to see the movie again to like fully understand what it was. But like, and he's using it to find Palpatine. Okay, he's using it to find Palpatine, and he finds him, and he's in like this chamber, and like not a chamber, but he's in like this like room, and he says, "I created every single and like from the old Republic to the Empire to the Empire to the First Order. I created everything, and we're gonna end this." Which, oh my god, it felt rushed. Like at the beginning of the movie, it felt like we skipped like 1 or 2 movies. Like, and then later on, they show him in the like Finn and Poe and the Millennium Falcon. There's like these 2 new creatures in the movie. This one where it was like his fit. Oh my god, I saw him in the poster, like when the first poster came out. Like, I'm so worried about that. But it's like, and we had never even seen these creatures in any Star Wars movie before. And I was just like, why? It was just, oh my god. It felt like we skipped over like 2 or 3 movies, like at least 1 or 2 movies, and they skipped maybe over an entire. It was like 3 plots of movie crammed into one. That was what I used to describe the movie. I'm trying to think of another bad thing. There's more bad things. I'm just trying to think of one. And they use a lot of the powers from The Last Jedi. They couldn't really like erase them or anything because like some of the powers are really stupid, like the Force communication. They didn't use Leia Poppins. They didn't use the flying back in. I was fine with that. They didn't use that. I hated that in The Last Jedi. What is the whole purpose of the movie, or is it just a big battle? Okay, here's how I would describe it. So The Last Jedi, they ended it like, oh, a new rebellion is gonna be formed. It never ended, or whatever. When you're gonna watch this movie, you're gonna be like, yeah, it's over. You're gonna, and they kind of like said it to be like, oh yeah, they're gonna do more. This movie, like, yeah, it's over. I felt as like The Last Jedi was basically from a road trip movie from getting from one point in the galaxy to another. This was just a huge mishmash of ideas that just didn't really like. Some of it worked, a lot of it didn't. Yeah, it kind of was kind of like a huge battle. No, it wasn't a huge big battle. That was mostly like the last 30 minutes of the movie, or like 20 or 30 or something. Besides like the last 10 minutes, it was the 30 minutes before that. I mean, yeah. Another thing I would say was mixed was the ending. So he beat Palpatine. Everybody's happy. Kylo Ren's dead. Rey and Poe and Finn meet up. They like all hug each other and cry. And then the Skywalker saga's over when Rey goes to the original building, like the original where Luke was in Episode 4, where it all started. And I almost started to tear up. I didn't really tear up, but goes back to the original, like where the small building where like Luke was, like the small thing, and she like buries the lightsabers in the ground, the 2 lightsabers she had, and she actually has a new one that lights up like yellow, which she kept on her. The 2 lightsabers she used earlier in the movie, she just buried underground. The new one that's yellow, she kept. She like created it or something. They didn't explain how she got it. I don't think, at least I don't remember actually. And then there's this lady that comes up to her, and this got me ticked. She says, "Who are you?" She says, "Rey." She said, "What's your last name?" I was like, "Well, also, I didn't even mention this. Rey is Palpatine's granddaughter. I didn't even mention this. At the beginning near the beginning of the movie, she shoots lightning out of her hand, and I was like, oh, she's got to be related to Palpatine." And they said, and later in the movie, there's this big reveal, and then Kylo Ren's like, "He's your grandfather," and I'm like, you didn't even have to explain it. We already knew with the purple lightning coming out of her hand. And yeah, she's Palpatine's granddaughter. She was supposed to be evil, and she was supposed to take the throne. Like I said, remember when I said Rey wouldn't take the throne of Palpatine? Yeah, that's because she's her granddaughter, his granddaughter. And yeah, and she walks, this lady from the end of the scene in the movie. She's like this old lady, like she's asking her like, "What's your name?" And she says, "Rey." I'm like, I think I heard about this in the leak. Like I've read about this in the leak. And the lady says, "What's your last name?" And she looks over, and she sees a Force ghost of Luke and Leia, like standing next to her. That was a little bit sweet. And she says, "Rey." I'm like, don't do it, because I read about this in a leak. Don't do it. She says, "Rey Skywalker." And I'm like, oh my god. And I was just like, she's like, so can anybody be a Skywalker now? Like, got me ticked. Oh my god. Oh shoot, my head's over here. Yeah, that's what happened. Good question. Is there gonna be another movie or no? Okay, so here's how I'm gonna explain it. At the end of the movie, like I said, then she says Ray Skywalker, and she then goes to the sunset where the original movie started, where Luke looked into the sunset, and then right after when Luke looked into the sunset in the original movie, he told him the plan of the movie with Princess Leia. That's kind of where it started. She looks into the sunset with the two suns, and it just ends. And that was a beautiful moment, I think, besides the Luke Skywalker. I mean, the Ray Skywalker. I don't think there's gonna be another one. I mean, they're definitely going to be making more Star Wars movies, like spin-off movies and stuff, but there's not going to be another Skywalker Saga movie. Because even in the trailers, they say the final Skywalker Saga movie. So the 40-year saga is over, just so you know. This is the last Skywalker Saga movie. But yeah, they're definitely going to be making more spin-offs. Like they're making a Cassian Andor show on Disney Plus. They're making a Obi-Wan show. I don't know how I remember Cassian Andor before I remembered Obi-Wan. I heard there's some other shows in production. Yeah, but definitely the last Skywalker Saga movie. There's definitely gonna be, I think, more spin-off movies like Solo, which I don't think that's ever gonna get a sequel because that bombed the box office. But they'll probably make like some more like spin-off films. They're supposed to make a Boba Fett spin-off film, but they're like, no, we're not doing that. And then I guess I turned to the Mandalorian. But not because Mandalorian isn't actually Boba Fett, but he's like part of the bounty hunters. Are you going to see that new cat movie that's going? No, man. I have been so. Oh my God. That looks so bad. Oh my God. Cats looks like the worst movie of 2019. I mean, oh my God. Cats looks like an absolute dump, and I heard it is. It's got like a 15% around. It's probably so bad. Not even the cast can save that movie. It's got a great cast too. Not even the cast can save that movie. That's the cats. Not even the cast can save that movie. Yeah. But what were some other bad things about the movie? Okay, I need to talk about this. The editing in the first half of the movie, especially with Leia's scenes, are very choppy. Which makes sense because Carrie Fisher died. Okay, so it makes sense. The scenes are going to be like a little bit weirdly edited. And they are very weirdly edited in the movie. But I understand you had to have her in the movie. Oh, and yes, Leia dies. I didn't even mention that. Leia dies. It happens so weirdly. What happens is, like, Kylo Ren's about to fight Rey. They're fighting on a cliff or, like, something. And she's like, I have to do this. Kylo Ren feels the sense in him. She's like, he stops fighting Rey. It's like, oh no. And then Princess Leia dies. And it is so weird. You don't explain how she dies. One second before I get into that. Rey's partner, Finn? Is that who you were talking about? All right, respond. Finn, the stormtrooper, like the past stormtrooper returned to a good guy. That guy, Jaden. Is that who we're talking about? Finn. Okay. Nothing happens to Finn. Finn was kind of wasted in this. I actually liked Finn in the past two movies. He was a little bit wasted in this. Like, he was there, but he didn't feel like he did anything for the movie. And I feel like especially. Oh, by the way, I was talking about Princess. 1 second before I get to this, I was talking about Princess Leia dying. She dies like so. They don't even explain how she dies. She just like says there's something that must be done, and then Kylo Ren sends something. He's like, oh no, and then she just lays down in a bed and she dies. I'm like, what? And then she just dies while laying down in the bed. It was so bad, and she just like, she just dies. So what did she kill? Like I shouldn't say this, I know, but did she kill herself? Like, what'd she do? And I hate to say that too, because I don't like that's just a horrible thing to do. But like, what did she do? She just like lay herself down, and she was like, I don't know. We're talking about Finn. Finn was kind of wasted. He kind of just like was in the movie. He didn't really do much. Yeah. But I will say one thing. I felt that Rose, how do I say this? The Asian woman from I think she was Asian. From the Last Jedi. I didn't hate her in the Last Jedi. A lot of people did. I didn't have a problem with her. Rose, she was the sister, the one that died in the girl who died at the beginning of the Last Jedi. And she was the main character in the Last Jedi. She was the one that ventured with Finn. And she was like they must J.J. Abrams must have like. He must have just like put her in this movie, like just be like, let's just get over like with her. She's barely even in this. Why do only some Jedi disappear when they die and others don't? Yeah, it's weird. So like Leia, like no, that's false actually. In Return, now all of them I think have disappeared. In Episode 4, Obi-Wan disappears. In episode whatever, and whatever episode like Luke disappeared. Leia I think like basically disappeared. Well, no wait, Leia I think was still in the bed. I'm so confused now. Kylo Ren does disappear when he dies, just so you know. Yeah, he disappears when he dies because I guess he has the Force, so he disappeared. Yeah, this movie is such a mixed bag. I mean, oh my god, it was okay. I mean, there was stuff I really liked about it more in The Last Jedi. It was okay. But I mean, sorry. To me, it was just rushed, and he just wanted to get it out there, and it felt like very like multiple ideas mashed into one. So, yeah, like I said, Han Solo coming back, best part of the entire movie. I mean, that's about it. I mean, a lot of negatives, some good, some mixed, a lot of negative. Still thought it was okay. So might be being a little bit too kind to it. But it was okay. I mean, much better than The Last Jedi. So, if any of you guys saw this movie, what do you guys think? I know Jaden, you didn't even watch it. So, I mean, I know. You should just watch it if you've seen all the other ones. So it's just worth it. If you've seen all the other ones, you invested into all the entire saga, you should just watch this one. Just don't give it up. This is the last one, so just watch it. If you hate Star Wars, you're like one of those angry fanboys about The Last Jedi. I don't blame you for The Last Jedi, but this wasn't actually that bad. Yeah. So if you invested a lot of time into Star Wars, this is just worth just because it's the last of the Skywalker saga. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Who is the leader of all the Siths? What do you think, Palpatine? Like that's a dumb question. It's not. Alright, I'm not gonna say that's a dumb question. I mean, it's debatable because Kylo Ren kind of leads them, but Palpatine basically started it. What was the worst movie? Emergency. I know who you are, Emergency Stall. What was the worst movie? Rise of Skywalker or Last Jedi? I want to hear what you say. Solo 2 doesn't exist. Waiting for you to respond. I just said Solo 2 doesn't exist. Hi, Dylan. Yeah, this is just a mediocre movie. I think I'm gonna stop because I've been rambling about this movie for 30 minutes. I think I'm gonna stop in probably like 2 seconds. Alright. I don't know what else to say. Mandalorian? Yes, Mandalorian is great. Gotta watch the last 3 episodes. And I will have a review for that up hopefully on Friday. Yeah, hopefully on Friday. All right, I will see you guys later. Bye. Bye. Hold on.